Shoalin is from 5th century, 6th century, about 500 AD, and it was in existence from the Chinese, and then a guy called Bodhidharma came from India to form the system of writing and reading scriptures and following Buddha, practicing their Kung Fu. This went on for 700 years where it proliferated. The system grew and grew and grew until it went a little bit downwards in 1200 AD. In the next 200-300 years, it started to grow again during the Ming dynasty. After the Ming dynasty was the Qing dynasty. Hong Hai-gun created this system from the Shoalin temple after the ancestors were chased out of the temple in 1700. And from this period, Mr. Hong was a very prominent disciple of the Shoalin. And the system was given his name, Hong Hai-gun, so it became Hong Kyun, which means Hong's fist, or Hong Gar, which is Hong's family. Our particular system is, we call it Hong Kyun Jing Chong, which is the original system laid down by Mr. Hong himself, inherited from the Shoalin temple itself, and we try to keep that true as it is now. The more recent history involves a nun, a Kung Fu nun called Moy, and she lost an arm trying to find a book in the temple. She had to go through the government forces to find this special book. So she lost an arm in the battle to get this book, but she delivered the book to Mr. Hong himself, Hong Hai-gun, who practiced, and the idea was to help save the country from the problems it was in. One of the 5 ancestors said, I'll go back to the library to find this special book. And the book was in the temple, guarded by the troops, so this nun had to go back and fight for this book, and she lost an arm in this fight, but she delivered the book, and the legend grew into this. This is called Building a Single Bridge. It contains very many secrets of breathing and for internal power. This has power inside the body from the meridians. It's now famous for Hong Gar. One finger for many people is better than one man's single fist. I first began Hong Kyun in Chinatown in London in the 70s, and then went to Hong Kong at the advice of my then teacher, who said he was too young to learn everything at the time, so he encouraged me to go to a very famous master called Chan Hon Chung in Hong Kong. I was fortunate enough to get there and get a room in the gym, above the gymnasium, to train. Very high discipline, many hours lonely training by yourself, having learned something from Sifu, the teacher. If there's no students there, you have to practice yourself until you reach the level that the Sifu expected of you for that day, and then you continue training. It was very hard, very disciplined. Many times you want to give up. And I trained repeatedly until my Sifu's death. At his funeral, the family said, do you want to continue training? And of course I agreed, and the top student took over my training. And now I have a school in England where we're trying to keep up the idea of Hong Kyun and the original methods. In Hong Kyun, the benefits are mostly health, peace of mind and happiness. We have no grading system, no belts, no uniform. The purpose is be yourself, practice hard, learn what you're taught from the teacher. There's a structure, it's an internal structure for Hong Gar, but the structure is not obvious from the outside, it's not a commercial idea, so there's no expectation to get some sort of coloured belt. So Hong Kyun seems to affect your well-being in the mind, and it's a good benefit for most people. Not an easy system to learn, very demanding, but the benefits after many years of practice are great for the health, mostly for the health and the peace of mind. In Hong Kyun, we're taught to find ourselves.